Hey guys, it's Anya. Welcome back to my channel, Wickless with Curly Hue, and I am here today with a basket full of empties and partials for home fragrance empties, as well as a few non-wax items, but still scent my life. So, very excited to talk about this. Figured I'd film this while I await my boxes from Teddy Bees to arrive. Very impatiently waiting. Anyway, so I have all variety of small business wax melt makers in my stash, as well as some Scentsy. So I'm very excited to talk about what I've been enjoying this week. So if you want to know what I got through, then just stay tuned. Okay, so I got off work today, dropped my kiddo off at work, and then came home, had a big bowl of watermelon. Something about summer watermelon, nothing can touch it. So good. I'm craving it. Yeah, so also I don't really know what I want to make for dinner. I might just stick with the watermelon, maybe some cheese and crackers. I know it's not a well-rounded meal, but it's girl dinner and it counts, right? Okay, so let's just hit these non-wax items just to get them out of my way. I don't know how or why wax got on this, but this is quickly becoming an obsession of mine until I figure out a recipe that I want to use to make my own at-home scent booster. Since I have a vast variety of fragrance oils now, I want to whip up something that I can use to scent my clothes. So, anywho, in the meantime, I finished up this big 21.1 ounce container of the Scent Boost in the Strawberry and Shea scent from Gain. I freaking love this. It's fresh, kind of creamy. I mean, it's laundry scent. You can get an essence of strawberry, but it's not like artificial. I get more of the shea than I do the strawberry. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. I've had this in like a small version, and then this is like the big A bottle that you can get from, I got this at Walmart. That would be that bottle hitting the floor. I also finished up the Crumble collaboration of Dove and the Nourishing Body Wash and Lemon Glaze, which is like their lemon cookie scent, and it sounded or smelled like a generic lemon cookie. The bottle is now leaking on my bed, so it took me a really long time. I got this like in what, February, March. I still have the scrub though. Really love the scrub. That scrub is amazing. It's in the strawberry one. And at the time, they were out of like the confetti cake one for the body. I like to smell like dessert. So that's, yeah. Anyway, I enjoyed it, but not super nourishing. It did its job. I don't know if I would seek it out to purchase again. Right now I'm really loving on my Vanilla Waves body wash. So that was, what's this, August? 6 months? It took me 6 months to go through this. Now into the wax. I'm going to hit on the partials first. So I have quite a few of those. I'm working on some loaf things, which is even better. Any more? Yep. Okay. It's funny, look, I feel like I have to pick up the basket to see if there's any other weight in here before getting into the empties, just so I don't forget something, which is something I've had to do before. Okay. I have 2 Rose Girls, 1 Teddy Bees, 1 Lavender Speckles, and 1 L3 Waxy Wonders. So the 2 Rose Girls blends that I worked on, these were from Lori and my friend Mel. I did half a bag of the Holly Jolly Cider. Nope, Holly Jolly Punch. And the glitter, there we go. So this is basically like a citrus and fruit, creamy orange. Well, let me just read you the notes. It's lemon rind, neroli blossoms, orange sherbet, pineapple slices, and cotton candy sprinkles. I freaking love this. It's just it's like sunshine in a bag. the way that this is blended, I can't specifically pick out all of this, like this, there's certain notes in here, but I just know that it's orange, creamy, juicy fruit deliciousness. I would get that again. I may just keep this around, but not really finish this off. But I have like a fruit drawer that I keep my citrus in that I use year round to help clear out the air from cooking food. So I will definitely live on that some more. Another one that I freaking love, and this will definitely get finished this next 3 months. Earl Grey and apple. This is a beautiful blend. Like, I love the Earl Grey here. It pairs very well with the apple notes. The bergamot notes also. The apple kind of gives me, it kind of gives me like a spiced apple. Unless there's a spice note in the specific Earl Grey that Jenny uses. I love this. So refreshing, cozy, fall vibes without being heavy. Here for Earl Grey and apple. Okay, I worked on a little bit of my loaf here. I honestly just threw like 5 chunks in my crock. But I love Gimme All the Carbs from L3, which is fresh baked bread, zucchini bread, and cinnamon sugar pretzel. I actually did melt this with two other things, I think. And I put them together, but anyway, so I melted this in my crock just to give me some more bready bakery goodness. Love the scent. It's just a good staple bakery scent to have year round. Okay, so yesterday I was in an evergreen, fresh, outdoorsy mood. So for my morning melt, I used 4 bunch shapes here of coastal pine cones from Lavender and Speckles, which is one of my favorite outdoorsy, fresh type scents. This is roasted pine cones with the hints of lemon, marine air, and sea greens. 2 oils, stunning, beast of a scent, and it's just so good. Like, you can't go wrong with this. For someone who has always loved bakery, I have discovered I truly love pine cones, but I love this aquatic oil that she's used with the pine cones, which gives it sort of like a year-round pine cone vibe. Stunning. It's just so good for having like a reset from all the bakery I've been melting. So yeah, truly love that. And then last evening I melted about 3 ounces worth here of my loaf from Teddy Bees and Balsam and Blooms. One of my standouts from last year. This is Vanilla Balsam, Beach Night, Sandalwood, and Golden Autumn Florals. You get the balsam, you get the beach nights, but the way that sandalwood and those golden florals pop out, it's just a stunning blend. It is a beautiful transitional scent. Say if you are working on like marshmallow cake by the ocean and that's been your scent all summer, and then you want to creep into fall before getting into bakery, this has your beach night. This has your evergreen from the vanilla balsam. This creamy, fresh, outdoorsy from the balsam, and the sandalwood just gives it a warm, woodsy base. And the golden autumn florals, don't know what they are, but I freaking love them. I plan on melting the last chopped up bit here, and then probably squirreling away the last half of this loaf for next fall. So I know we're only in August, but I'm already starting. Okay, so those were my partials. So let me go ahead and we'll segue from that loaf into the other Teddy Bees items that I have finished. Okay, cool. I finished up 3 things. I finished 2 tubs and a souffle. So this morning, because I got my out for delivery notification, I was like, you know what? Normally I melt my bakery in the evening when I'm home from work and I'm trying to relax. But this is one I will melt whenever I feel like it. So holiday in a Halloween town is what I put in my morning warmers in my living room. This is so delicious. You have deep fried churros covered in cinnamon sugar, warm donuts, a hint of spice, creamy eggnog, and fire roasted marshmallows. I wanted to hold on to this as much as I could because I only melted this scent for like an hour and a half this morning. And before I left for work, I turned off every single warmer except one, with the intention of reigniting or turning on all those warmers and enjoying this scent while I'm home and not doing anything, relaxing from the day. You get this churro, the churro, and the way that it's blended with the eggnog and these donuts, like, it is a bakery lover's dream. Absolutely obsessed with this, and I think I love this as much as Crepe Show or as much as Krispy Dream. I just like, I'm in, like, give me all the dough, bakery, fried goodness. So I'm here for holiday in Halloween Town. Love that. And I'm so excited because I did order more of that in the pre-order. Another stunning combo. I'm going to share these together because this is what I melted. I melted these, mixed them in 2 different melts. So I did in my bedroom at one point, little portion of Marshmallow Woods with a little portion of Escobar. Marshmallow Woods is the commodity milk type perfume, which is cold milk marshmallow, mahogany, and tonka bean. And this was just poured of March this year. Such a beast. It is a warm, woodsy, beautiful, stunning, kind of musky mahogany scent. Very beautiful. And I would like to try this in like the actual perfume, like body care. I could just take a souffle and just rub it on my body, right? No, probably not. And in the same warmers here in the bedroom for the first melt, I mixed Escobar, which is Palo Santo and Beach Trees. A simple blend of Palo and Beach Trees, but I freaking love it. I love the way her Palo, you get the amber, you get the cedar. It's smoky without being too overwhelming. Cozy, year-round scent for me. I've heard this mentioned that a lot of people like Escobar for the fall and winter, like a fall, winter beach nights version. I can melt Palo. I consider Beach Treats kind of like bakery because it's sweet and creamy, much like the things I normally gravitate towards. So I mixed these two in the bedroom. This went on for 48 hours in this space. It was so strong and beautiful. Like you could smell all 3 notes in this. So I loved it so much. I melted the rest. I had like maybe 2 ounces left here of Escobar and a quarter of my souffle of Marshmallow Woods. And I did these in alternating warmers. No warmer was left behind in the living room. And this was stunning. For another evening melt, I would highly recommend, if you have these two, give it a try mixed together. Something magical happens with the Marshmallow Woods and the way it blends with the Beach Treats and the Palo. It was so pretty. Absolutely would do that again if I had more. I do have more Escobar, but I do not have any Marshmallow Woods. So, loved that. So good. I have several one-ofs. I really don't like that phrase. I have several others that are just one that I've melted from. Small businesses, and then we'll get into the retail, Senzi, and then the wax that I had poured and melted. And my hair is looking wild. And it was not looking this crazy previously. And it's because my headband has shifted. Didn't feel like putting on makeup today because it was raining. It's been raining off and on all day. And the humidity factor is like 1,000%. So forget it. Makeup would just be like under here. Okay. Pumpkin donut shop from Swanky. I cut this. I don't know what to call these. But it's like 3¼ ounces. So I cut this in 4 and spread this around my living room and actually melted it at the same time with Central Park Pralines from Scentsy, which is a caramelized pecan sugar, cinnamon sugar, or cinnamon. It's basically like a cinnamon sugar and brown, cinnamon sugar with brown sugar, caramelized praline, like pecans. So freaking good. So it was like I had a pecan roll from Cinnabon going on in my living room. And then this was in the warmer parts. Then the gimme all the carbs was in my crock at the same time. Beautiful, long lasting. This wasn't like a long performer though. I maybe got like 10-12 hours out of it, but this is in my club and it's not going to be going anywhere. I'll definitely get Pumpkin Donut Shop again from Swanky. It's a beautiful pumpkin donut vibe. Here for it. I had to share that because the Swanky one was melted with this. We'll still hit the rest of my Scentsy here in a little bit. From the Round Robin, excuse me, that Jeannie hosted, I ended up putting the rest of this Snap Bar Pike Place from Athame and Alchemy in my crock overnight. I think the same evening that I was melting the Central Park Pralines and the Pumpkin Donut Shop from Swanky. To go with the fall vibes, this has like a beautiful espresso and like I want to say cedar, oak moss kind of vibe. It kind of also reminds me of Lavender and Speckles Mountain Espresso. You get the outdoorsy cabin feel, like you're outside and that first fall wind has come through and you're starting to smell like the tree sap outside while you're sipping your hot cup of coffee. This also gives me Pike Place vibes, like the Pacific Northwest and coffee, Starbucks. Loved it. This was still throwing when I woke up the next morning. But it had dissipated quite a bit. And I maybe like say before I go to bed, maybe get 6 hours, 6 hours max. I'm at the point where I'm like anywhere between 4.5 to 6 hours of sleep a day. That's it. That's all I get. Okay. I have one here from Homestead Wax Melts, which also Laura gifted me. This was triple berry vanilla wafer. And I put these, this was like 5 shapes, so I just split them. Where was I melting this though? Oh, I remember. Okay, so this I put in the kitchen. I put 3 tarts in the crock and 1 in the Salerno warmer in my kitchen to pair melt with a Scentsy mix that I was doing. This was very pretty, very berry, juicy berry. Didn't get much of the vanilla wafer. That's okay, but it still performed pretty well. I'd say I got like a medium out of that. Another one from Lori's friend Mel. This is from the Melt Stash and Candy Cloud. This is a freaking beast. This has pear, cotton candy, and marshmallow fluff. Maybe it's because I used the whole thing, but the Melt Stash, I could scent my living room with a little one, whatever those small snap bars are. I literally spread this throughout all of the warmers in the living room and in the kitchen and the crocks in both spaces. This was a banger. So fruity, so pretty. Like, I love a pear scent. Definitely strong on the pear. I think that the cotton candy kind of tied in with the higher top notes of the pear, and the marshmallow fluff just kind of rounded it out. But this was so good. Definitely want to recommend using a whole brittle in one sitting. I literally only have like 7 warming devices in the living room plus 2 tea lights, and I did not use the tea lights on this. I didn't need to, but I was also leaving for the day, So when I came home from work, it was still throwing. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll just keep it in the whole day. And I would pick something up like that again. I really enjoy a pear. Another one that I finished off. This is from Dessa's and Blue Sugar Bonfire. I want to say this is Cammy's blend. This is blue sugar, smoked vanilla, toasted marshmallow, and bonfire bliss. Say less. This was stunning. I definitely got more of the smoked vanilla and the toasted marshmallow. In all honesty, the smoked vanilla, toasted marshmallow, and bonfire bliss all blended together. Like, it literally just became a more smoky, roasty, toasty marshmallow. And you add in that blue sugar. Stunning. I am really enjoying the things I've been trying with blue sugar. I want to try it just by itself, just so I know exactly what it is that I'm smelling and getting when I smell it in blends. I think I need to pick up that oil. Anyway, next up, I finished off a souffle, and this was in my fall stash. I've had this since September of 2023, and I'm so glad that I finally finished it, but I enjoyed this so much. This is from Pharmacist's Daughter and Donuts and Cider. And this has apple cider donut, pumpkin buttercream frosting, and vanilla cake. I freaking melted this. Like, I'm excited. But I melted this several times this week in my kitchen. You get the apple cider donut. The pumpkin spice buttercream just gives it like a caramel, kind of like a caramelized base, but you definitely get like the pumpkin spice. You get the buttercream frosting. It's so yummy. I highly enjoyed that. And these was one of my first fall orders from the Pharmacist's Daughter ever. And I think that's why I was so hesitant in melting that, but I'm so glad I did. And then lastly from vendor, I melted pretzel 3 cakes beach nights from Macaron Wax Melts. There's beach nights types with the 3 cakes and pretzel. Just like I said, I finished this whole 6-pack of macarons in the living room, and I still have one more to enjoy. I would say this is probably like a medium, a light medium. So I think it's just because they may be newer, and I'm gonna go ahead and just let them cure, all of them. Let them cure longer, so I will be able to get the best performance out of these. She does use a firmer wax, so it does, like if it's a Parasoy tart wax, it's gonna take more time for an electric warmers to throw the way I want it. But I could just throw the 2 shapes in my 2 tea lights and be good. Okay, next up, Scentsy. I have, well, we were going to talk about one bar. I finished up a room spray in Arctic Kiss. I've had this since it was a scent of the month. But this is like creamy mint, watermelon, something fluffy clouds. It is a very clean, sweet, refreshing scent. In all actuality, I took this to work and put it in the bathroom because I work with boys and girls. No one is immune to stinky bathrooms. So basically I used this and I left it in the bathroom, and a lot of people seem to enjoy having something to refresh the space in there from when people do their business. Anywho, I currently, this was empty, and I happen to have Pina Colada Cha-Cha. This is still hot here in Alabama, so I took that one in there, and they're not full, like they maybe have like that much left. But yeah, working on finishing up room sprays in my floor, or on my floor mats in my car. I currently have Here Comes the Sunflowers in my car, as well as Summer Moonlight. So, getting through things. Oh, here's another vendor. Melted the sample from Sassy Girl Aroma in Feeling Blue, and this smelled like Downy Blue, like the fabric softener. I enjoyed this. This actually was pretty well. I did this in the bathroom, so tied well with the laundry washer machine in there. Okay, I'm working through some fall and winter testers, since I'm no longer a consultant. I'm going to be running through this. It's free wax, not free wax, but it's wax that I would like to use. And I cleared up some space from my little tower of drawers that I had in my closet. So anyway, today I'm actually melting pomegranate prosecco. I swear I get like a rose petal note in this. It's definitely bubbly. The berries and pomegranate are there. Not my favorite. In fact, I couldn't smell it when I came home from work today, but when I was going this morning, it was a banger. And then I did mix these two, frosted cedar and snowberry. Snowberry, I think, has strawberry, loganberry, cinnamon. I want to say there's an evergreen note in here that they don't mention. Frosted cedar had apple, cedar. It's kind of like a fruity evergreen kind of scent, but the cedar and cypress give it a less, how do I say this? Cedar and cider are not as like pine based. They don't have like the lemon top notes that most evergreen have. It was a different variation and I enjoyed it. It actually performed pretty well. Got about a day out of that. Okay, melting, not hoarding. I melted and mixed in both same warmers a bar of berry tart in my living room, as well as 6 cubes of crumb top. Crumb top has notes of oats, butter, and brown sugar. So this gave me like a berry tart with a streusel topping. Berry tart has the most delicious rich tart berries. Like you get a crust note. There's caramelized sugar in this. This is a club bar for me. I wish this was the club bar for me, but this was fantastic together. And it was beautiful. This bar was actually just a partial. There was 3 cubes in here. I don't know why the hell I put that in the kitchen. I mean, in my stash. Like, what am I gonna do with 3 cubes? So I just put it in my kitchen warmer, the Salerno, last night, and it was just immediate smile on my face. Cranberry, apple, spiced tea, honey. This is my favorite, absolute favorite Scentsy scent ever. But I can use this year round. When I want cozy, comforting vibes, this is what I go to. And it's usually one of the first scents for the fall and winter season that I pull to melt. And then lastly, another club bar. This was actually a club bar too, but I saw that it was returning, so I took it out. But this is not coming back, and I'm keeping it. I only have a quantity of 1, but I also have like a stash of like 3 or 4 in my fall stash. This is Scarlet Sunflower, another cranberry apple scent. But this one is so pretty. Like it's like cranberry, apple, and scarlet. Okay. My camera cut off, so sorry about that. Scarlet Sunflower. This is just a beautiful transition scent. Again, I would melt this year round. And again, a fabulous scent to start melting when you're craving fall scents, but you're not exactly ready for spices yet. I highly recommend Scarlet Sunflower. This is also absolutely stunning. Mixed 1-to-1 with Cashmere and Corduroy, which is also another bar that was discontinued. Club bar for me, as well as Cashmere and Corduroy. And then lastly, I did wrap up some more pods in strawberry lemon cake. This is a club scent for me, but this was a pack bar or club. Well, this is a club bar for me, but I got these pods in a clearance sale. It's creamy buttercream, strawberry, and a hint of lemon. So refreshing in the car. Love that. So that's it for Scentsy. I have also wrapped up another bag. I seem to go through like a bag of these a week, which is cool. And usually I end up refilling it after I'm done filming. So then I'll have like half a bag. Yeah, it's about a week. But then why do I buy 3 to 4 bags each time I buy cotton ball? Maybe because I use pay with my paycheck, like every 2 weeks. Because I use one in my bedroom. And this one's almost empty. But I still have some left in there. Let's just get into the retail. With the winterberry apple tea 3 cubes that I had in the living kitchen, I melted this last claim of the cranberry oatmeal cookies from Mainstays. It's cranberry, so I was like, you know what, it'll be fine. I feel like a tea and biscuits moment, so wouldn't repurchase that one. And then I have 4 here of my waxes that I have poured and offered in my shop. I melted the last cubes of Salted Groves in my kitchen the same day that I was melting coastal pine cones in the morning. So this is coastal driftwood and sea salt, mac apple, and lavender. That's the 3 oils that are in this blend. It is aquatic, refreshing, salty, kind of masculine, but not too. It's just, that driftwood, it reads to my nose as like a fresh masculine note. Then the mac apple comes in, and you just get a whisper of the lavender, but it's so in the background. It's a herbal lavender that I put in this. I loved this combination. It seems to be people seem to have really enjoyed this. Waiting on my last oil to get here. And they're having some delays at the supplier that I ordered the driftwood sea salt oil from. So waiting on that. Definitely will pour some from the RTS. And maybe offer it in the winter. I don't know. I'm glad you guys like it. I love it too. I think I have one more claim on that left that I kept myself. Testing out a blend with this strawberry jello poke cake that my nose interprets as like strawberry pound cake. It's not super strong on the strawberry pound cake, but this was like a creamy lavender blend. So you have strawberry jello poke cake. It's called What Dreams May Come, and this was version 1. Again, strawberry jello poke cake, house blend, sweet lavender, yellow cake, and buttercream. So this is really more a cake forward scent. Then you get the lavenders. Don't get really much strawberry pound cake. Just trying to do something different other than strawberry pound cake and lavender, blah blah blah. It's common. Just trying to step it up. Okay. Melted this twice this week in my bedroom. This is still going from last night's melt, and it's still throwing in a medium strong here in the bedroom. This is Sparks in the Night. I have to pour this for the pre-order. This is Plum and Cassis, Jasmine, Vanilla Woods, Bomb Deer Bright, By the Fireplace, and Cashmere Cream mixed together. So freaking pretty. Like 3 of my favorite fragrances in the whole entire world into one scent. It's cozy, seductive, warm, and inviting. Very beautiful. It's just a little partial, but I do love Sparks of the Night. Seems to be very popular too. And then I kept a claim of my this blend that I offered, pink cashmere and cotton. So this is pink sugar, snowflakes, and cashmere cream, and vanilla cotton in my bedroom. Melted this 2 different times. The vanilla cotton in here is very dominant. And the way that this is cured, the pink sugar kind of melded with the pink sugar melded with the vanilla cotton, just giving me like a sweet laundry vibe. But like, it's like how I imagine the most perfect laundry scent. You have sweetness, girliness, girly vibes, but you still get a little hint of the cotton, but it's not powdery or headache inducing. Vanilla cotton is quickly becoming an obsession of mine. Love that. And this was like hot pink. This is the first blend that I poured was some hot pink wax dye. Oh, I think I hear UPS. But yeah, so this was very pretty, but not a strong thrower. Again, though, I do have the air conditioning running in here as well as the fan, so I want to see if I can get better performance in the fall. winter when I don't have air running. And then this held my very last cube of maraschino sugar cookie that I split into, and it was one of the bigger ones. I split that bad boy into and melted it in my bedroom for 2 glorious days because I acquired another brick. I don't care that it's coming back the winter, the Christmas, that will be going in my club. One of the only cherry scents from Scentsy that I have fallen head over heels with, and I'm here for it. So because I got a brick in the D-stash, I melted this one, and this one I was keeping in my freezer because it started to get a little juicy, and it was the last one, so like maybe I could just keep it fresh in there. And it did. It kept very well. It's any day that you melt maraschino sugar cookie and you love that scent, it's a good day. But that's everything that I got through. And I'm going to have to go back to my spreadsheet and make sure I have the quantities written down and things that I finished, because my numbers I'm trying to get through like 70, maybe 80 pieces this month. And I think so far I'm at I don't include my wax that I made, but that I made for the shop. I don't include that in my spreadsheet. I should, but then oh my gosh, my numbers will be way above the number it's at right now. I don't want to talk about it, but I am proud of myself for finishing off 5. We'll say 4 and like a quarter bars of Scentsy this week, as well as melting Teddy Bees, melting and not hoarding. Go me. That being said, I have 3 baskets pulled for the next 3 months. From the beginning of this month through the second week in November, I'm pulling from those 3 baskets in my living room. Because I kept finding stuff, I'm like, oh, I want to try that. Oh, I want to try that. So, they're pretty big too. Like, one is like an actual fabric bin. I've shown it to you before. It's the big black one that I have. Then I pulled the actual fall stash drawer that is Mixed Vendor and Scentsy. I pulled that out, stuffed it full of Teddy Bees buns that were underneath my bed that I want to melt this fall. And then there's already another basket out there that has a little bit of fruity things for when I want a break from fall blends. It has hodgepodge stuff in there too. So 3 baskets. Epic melting season is my favorite, so I'm ready to go. That being said, I hope you guys are melting things that you love, things that bring you joy, things that center you and make you smile. So I can't wait to start melting on some other things. I'm really hoping my Teddy Bees order is here. I've been waiting all day for it, and it's been on the UPS truck, which tells me it was hot and melty. So hopefully, let's pray that it is not. But if it is, it's just wax. But I can't wait to smell the things that I got. That being said, hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.